What if everything you've been told about aging is wrong? Most people believe that growing older means slowing down, losing independence, and accepting decline as an unavoidable reality. But what if I told you that much of what you experience as aging isn't actually caused by time itself, but by habits that quietly work against you every single day? The truth is, the choices you make now are either adding years of vitality to your life or silently speeding up the aging process. Some of the most common habits that seem harmless, things many seniors do without even thinking, could be making you weaker, lonelier, and even sicker. But the good news? You have the power to change this. By the end of this video, you'll discover 5 crucial things you must stop doing right now if you want to stay strong, sharp, and truly enjoy your golden years. These changes aren't complicated, but they can transform your life almost instantly. So if you're ready to take control of your health, happiness, and longevity, let's dive in. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below on which habit you think might be holding you back. Stop letting your world shrink. As we age, it's easy to slip into routines, waking up at the same time, eating the same meals, watching the same TV programs, and sticking to the same small circle of people, or sometimes no one at all. At first, this might seem like a natural part of life, a comfortable rhythm that provides structure and predictability. But what many don't realize is that this quiet shrinking of the world can be one of the most dangerous things for your mind, body, and overall well-being. When you stop exposing yourself to new experiences, meeting new people, or challenging your mind with unfamiliar situations, your brain begins to weaken, just like a muscle that isn't used. Studies have shown that social isolation and lack of mental stimulation are directly linked to cognitive decline, depression, and even a shorter lifespan. Neuroscientists have found that when we experience novelty, whether it's traveling to a new place, learning a new skill, or even taking a different route on a walk, our brain forms new neural connections, keeping it sharper and more resilient. In contrast, a repetitive, unstimulating life accelerates memory loss and increases the risk of dementia. Take Richard, for example. A retired engineer, he once had an active social life, filled with work gatherings, travel, and hobbies. But after his wife passed away and his children moved out of state, his world became smaller without him even realizing it. He stopped going out as much, convincing himself he was too old to make new friends. His days became a cycle of watching TV, eating alone, and occasionally speaking to a neighbor. At first, he thought he was just taking it easy. But soon, his energy declined, his mood darkened, and his memory started slipping. He didn't recognize it at the time, but his body and mind were responding to a life that had lost variety, challenge, and connection. Unfortunately, Richard's story is all too common. The good news? It doesn't have to be this way. You have the power to break the cycle of stagnation and reclaim a life full of excitement, connection, and growth. And it doesn't take a massive change to get started. One of the easiest ways to keep your world expanding is to say yes more often. The next time a neighbor invites you over for coffee, go. If you see a flyer for a local class or group, sign up. If your community offers activities like walking clubs, book discussions, or volunteer opportunities, give them a try. Even if you're hesitant, even if it's outside your comfort zone, just say yes. The more you open yourself to new experiences, the more life will open up for you. Another powerful way to fight routine is to seek out small adventures. You don't need to travel the world to experience something new. It can be as simple as trying a new restaurant, walking in a different park, or taking a drive through a neighborhood you've never explored. Small changes to your environment trigger mental engagement, keeping your brain sharp and preventing the dullness that leads to decline. And most importantly, stay connected. Whether it's through a phone call to an old friend, joining an online group, or simply chatting with someone at the grocery store, social interaction is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and happiness. Even a 5-minute conversation can boost your mood and remind you that you are part of something bigger. A small change today can open the door to a more fulfilling tomorrow. Don't let your world shrink, expand it. Embrace new experiences and rediscover the joy of living. The best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still ahead, waiting for you to step forward. Stop neglecting your body. One of the biggest myths about aging is that slowing down is inevitable. People say, it's just part of getting older, as if declining strength, aching joints, and loss of mobility are things we have no control over. But here's the truth. It's not age that makes people weak. It's inactivity. The body is designed to move, and the moment we stop using it, we start losing it. Neglecting physical activity has serious consequences. When you don't move regularly, your muscles weaken, your balance deteriorates, and your risk of falling skyrockets. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults, often leading to hospitalization and long-term loss of independence. And it's not just your body that suffers. A sedentary lifestyle contributes to depression, cognitive decline, and even a shorter lifespan. The less you move, the faster your body and mind decline. Now, let's compare two different lifestyles. Imagine Susan and Margaret, both 72 years old. Susan stays active, taking daily walks, stretching in the mornings, and occasionally gardening. She feels energized. Her joints remain flexible, and she enjoys outings with friends. Margaret, on the other hand, spends most of her days sitting, watching TV, avoiding physical exertion, and telling herself she's too old to exercise. Over time, she's grown weaker, struggles to get up from chairs, and feels fatigued after simple tasks. The difference between these two women isn't genetics, it's choice. One chose movement, the other chose stagnation. The good news? It's never too late to regain strength and mobility. You don't need a gym, a personal trainer, or intense workouts to stay active. There are simple, enjoyable ways to move every day that can drastically improve your health. Start with morning stretches. Just 5 minutes of gentle stretching helps maintain flexibility and prevent stiffness. If you struggle with standing exercises, chair yoga is an excellent way to strengthen muscles and improve circulation without putting strain on your joints. A short daily walk, even just 10 minutes, boosts heart health, improves mood, and keeps your legs strong. And for those who enjoy hobbies, gardening, dancing, or even light housework are all fantastic ways to stay active without it feeling like exercise. But most importantly, reframe the way you think about movement. This isn't about punishing workouts or pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about freedom. Every time you move, you're keeping your independence, ensuring that you can continue to do the things you love. Whether it's traveling, playing with grandchildren, or simply getting around without assistance. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. In fact, the more you move, the more life you have left to live. Your body is your greatest tool. Treat it well, and it will carry you through the best years still to come. Stop consuming negativity. In today's world, negativity is everywhere. Turn on the TV, scroll through social media, or even engage in casual conversations, and you'll likely be bombarded with bad news, fear-driven headlines, and complaints about everything wrong in the world. While staying informed is important, Constant exposure to negativity can be harmful, especially as we age. Many seniors don't realize that the stress caused by negative media and toxic conversations isn't just affecting their mood, it's quietly damaging their health. Science proves that chronic negativity speeds up aging. When you're constantly absorbing distressing information, your body reacts by increasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Over time, high cortisol levels lead to inflammation, high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and even memory loss. Studies have also linked chronic stress to higher risks of heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline, making it clear that negativity doesn't just weigh on your mind, it physically impacts your body. So, how can you protect yourself from this silent damage? The answer isn't avoiding reality, but controlling what you allow into your mental space. Here's how you can create a more uplifting daily environment and break free from the cycle of negativity. First, limit your news intake. Instead of watching hours of distressing headlines or scrolling endlessly through negative posts, set a specific time to check the news. Once in the morning or evening is enough. This way, you stay informed without allowing negativity to dominate your entire day. Next, choose content that lifts you up. Replace fear-driven media with inspiring books, uplifting podcasts, and positive conversations. Follow social media pages that promote optimism, wellness, and personal growth, rather than those that focus on outrage and division. What you consume mentally is just as important as what you consume physically. A steady diet of negativity will poison your spirit, while a diet of encouragement will strengthen it. Another powerful tool is practicing gratitude. Each morning or before bed, take a moment to write down or say 3 things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as having good health, a warm home, or a kind conversation with a loved one. Research shows that practicing gratitude rewires the brain, reducing stress and increasing happiness. When you train your mind to look for the good, you naturally start seeing more of it. Finally, surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift you, not those who constantly complain or bring stress into your life. Engage in conversations that focus on solutions and joy rather than problems and anger. If necessary, distance yourself from negativity, whether that means muting certain social media accounts or spending less time with toxic individuals. What you feed your mind is just as important as what you feed your body. If you constantly consume negativity, it will take a toll on your health, happiness, and overall well-being. But by making small, intentional changes, you can create a world filled with more peace, more joy, and more life. Stop holding on to guilt and regret. For many seniors, the heaviest burdens are not physical but emotional. Past mistakes, broken relationships, missed opportunities. These memories can linger, whispering, "What if?" and "if only." Far too often. The weight of guilt and regret can follow you into your golden years, making joy feel out of reach. But here's the truth. The past is unchangeable, and holding on to it only steals your peace in the present. Psychologists have found that guilt and regret don't just harm your mind, they affect your body, too. Constantly replaying past decisions fuels stress, anxiety, and even physical ailments like high blood pressure and weakened immunity. Research shows that chronic emotional distress raises cortisol levels, leading to inflammation, poor sleep, and increased risk of heart disease. In other words, your thoughts can make you sick. But here's the good news. You have the power to let go. Releasing guilt and regret doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing to no longer let your past define your present. It's about freeing yourself so you can live fully right now. If you've been carrying emotional weight for too long, Here are 3 powerful strategies to help you heal. First, write an unsent letter. If there's a past mistake, a lost relationship, or words you never got to say, write them down. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just let the emotions flow. Then, when you're ready, you can keep the letter as a symbol of closure, shred it, or even burn it. The act of writing releases emotions, helping you process and move forward. Second, practice forgiveness. Not for them, but for you. Forgiveness isn't about excusing bad behavior or pretending things never happened. It's about deciding that you will no longer let resentment take up space in your heart. Holding on to anger or guilt only hurts you. Imagine carrying a heavy stone in your pocket every day. It weighs you down, whether you notice it or not. Letting go is not a gift to the past. It's a gift to your future self. Finally, shift your focus forward. Every time you catch yourself dwelling on the past, ask, what can I do today that brings me joy? How can I make the most of the time I have now? The best years of your life aren't behind you. They're ahead if you choose to see them that way. Instead of reliving old mistakes, create new memories. Instead of mourning what's lost, cherish what's still here. At the end of the day, regret is a thief. It robs you of today while making no difference to yesterday. But you are not powerless against it. By choosing to let go, you free yourself to truly live. So take a deep breath, release what no longer serves you, and step forward. There is still so much ahead if you allow yourself to embrace it. Stop underestimating your mind. Many people believe that mental decline is just a natural part of aging, that forgetfulness, slower thinking, and cognitive struggles are inevitable. But this is one of the biggest myths about growing older. Your brain isn't meant to weaken with time. It weakens when you stop using it. Just like muscles shrink from lack of movement, your brain loses its sharpness when it's not challenged. The good news? Science has proven that mental stimulation can slow, stop, and even reverse cognitive decline, no matter your age. Neuroscientists have discovered that the brain has an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, the power to rewire and strengthen itself, even in later years. Studies show that people who engage in lifelong learning, problem-solving, and new experiences have better memory, faster thinking, and a lower risk of dementia compared to those who stick to passive activities like watching TV all day. This means that it's never too late to sharpen your mind. You just have to start using it in the right way. So how can you keep your brain strong and resilient? Here are some engaging ways to stimulate your mind every day. First, learn something new. It doesn't matter if it's a language, a musical instrument, or a skill like knitting or woodworking. The key is to challenge yourself. Research shows that learning a new skill builds new neural pathways in the brain, keeping it flexible and sharp. If you've ever wanted to speak Spanish, play the piano, or try painting, now is the perfect time. Next, exercise your brain with games and puzzles. Strategy games like chess, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and memory challenges are not just fun. They're workouts for your brain. Studies have shown that people who regularly engage in mental exercises perform better on memory tests and have stronger problem-solving skills. Even playing card games or trivia with friends can make a difference. Another powerful way to strengthen your mind is through creative activities. Writing, painting, crafting, or even playing an instrument stimulates different areas of the brain, keeping your thinking skills fresh and your imagination alive. Creativity isn't just for the young. It's for anyone who wants to keep their mind vibrant and engaged. And here's something important to remember. Your brain is a muscle. Use it or lose it. Just like you wouldn't expect to stay strong if you never moved your body, you can't expect to stay mentally sharp if you never challenge your mind. Every day you have a choice. Let your brain decline or help it grow. So don't let aging define what your mind is capable of. Push yourself. Try new things. Stay curious. The more you challenge your brain, the stronger, faster, and sharper it will become. And most importantly, you'll prove to yourself and to the world that your best thinking years are far from over. The power to change starts now. Aging isn't just about getting older, it's about how you choose to live. Every day, the habits you keep are either making you stronger, sharper, and more fulfilled, or they're quietly holding you back. But here's the most important thing to remember. It's never too late to make a change. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, start with just one habit today. Maybe you'll choose to move your body a little more, step outside of your comfort zone, or let go of an old regret that no longer serves you. Small changes lead to powerful transformations, and the sooner you start, the more life you'll have left to enjoy. Because the truth is, aging isn't something that happens to you, it's something you have control over. Every choice you make today shapes the life you'll have tomorrow. You have the power to stay strong, connected, and mentally sharp. You have the ability to bring more joy, excitement, and purpose into your daily routine. Your best years aren't behind you, they're ahead of you, waiting for you to embrace them. Now it's your turn. Which habit will you start changing today? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with a friend, a family member, or anyone who needs a little encouragement. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Your golden years can truly be golden, and it all starts with the choices you make today.